can see it now. Sorry for this technical delay. As you know, such things may happen. Sorry for that. We would like to thank Grafist team and you and all the attendants. My name is Melih Görgün and I am Mahir Namur. We have been providing this course together. Today, we are going to be talking about connected to self. And we will be handling a pedagogic approach. So, this paper is based on the assumption that self-growth is very important in professional growth for our students. And we would like to show what sort of contributions this course, this interdisciplinary design course, can contribute to students during the pandemic as well as before the pandemic. So in the forefront lays bringing up human beings as human resources in the industrial sectors. So we already have the objective to have an original expression language for the persons. But of course, the global economy's pragmatic approach and labor markets competitiveness forces schools to donate students with qualifications that respond to the needs of the market. Most of the time, everybody involved feels an urge to respond to the needs of the market and those involved around. So the professional stance of an artist or a designer are very important, and they need to be they shouldn't be different from the professional the general stance of that person. So the lecture is something to do with finding a way to trigger, to find a response that we were mentioning. So accessibility of a piece of art and increasing number of products in the digital technology are very important. It's possible for some students to use the easiest ways or methods, assuming that every piece of work has a consumer at the end of the day, and they are not able to produce original expression styles. So it's very important to find a place where they are respectful, where they can express themselves. So the workshop format that we name as Who Am I? Enables students to make association between the person and the production and design activities. So in this journey, they build up an awareness, and they are assisted with production of an expression, language of expression. Courses are composed of 3 parts. The first one is the existentialist group psychotherapy format is used in the first one. Self-reflection group work takes place. The purpose is to make sure that they understand themselves and the formats of the styles of relationships that they established. And the second part, some subjects with regards to existence are taken into consideration. And they, in the third part, suggestions come forward. And students are expected to write down a text. What matters here is to for them to express themselves in a free manner, their internal world. We want them to be reflected, and they are free in making use of the different mediums and techniques. 8 weeks are assigned to students so that they can design a book. The first part is important as a learning setting is established by establishing communication within the group. The second part provides some theories and provides a framework. These two parts are inputs for the third part. So the word design in the name of this course is very important. With its broader meaning, it means designing oneself and designing the ecosystem. And in general terms, it's an activity of design. And in a narrower sense, it's a professional design. In this context, student thinks over his or her existence, and he's designing life. Visual arts, design, such tools are used for self-expression. And then a book is formed and integration takes place in this product design. In 14-week process, the student is able to revise his practice over his worldview. The interdisciplinary structure of the course is very important for benefiting from all arts and design fields in a free manner. There is an opportunity for students to see different understandings, approaches, and self-expressions. Just as an example, the drawing art, art of drawing, is based on both self-expression, also the approach of production, graphic design. These are all different things that are included in this regard. Conceptual thinking is also an important point to mention in this regard. During the book designing process, graphic design is supported with communication-based approach. Production processes, discussions taking place are very important for peer learning as well as learning from the lecturers. In general terms, art education encourages students to think over life and on self, but this requirement is because of a methodology and a framework that is involved. In general terms, what sort of an existence is human being, and what is it like to have a life as human being? These are the main questions that lead students to think over oneself and the world. So the person has an understanding over, a super understanding over what life is, what oneself is. So it's a strengthening a factor, actually. So freedom, responsibility, authenticity, meaning of life, these are different concepts that the students are encouraged to adopt. So self-reflection group work part of this course is quite important. Sharing the experience, life experience with each other, so deepening the thinkings and strengthening their thoughts is possible. Theoretical seminars provide some information. Under the light of this information, self-reflection enables students to self-express. It's a discovery for students. Transferring with perception is very important. Understanding oneself is another important point. In the art workshop courses, the students are already expressing themselves. However, in this course, with self-reflection, they take the basis from inside and they are producing new pieces of works. And the subject of production is self here. So in a synchronous manner, verbal and artistic tools are used so that all these things can be deepened. So they are writing down text in English, in German. It's similar to something like that. So the translation activity in mind enables a person to think over or define concepts and emotions, just like in Amy Van Derson's counseling school. Students are able to are free to make use of their language, but still designers, artists tend to produce some pieces of work in their own language. So they are going out of their comfort zone. They are encouraged to use different tools, language expressions. Just as an example, urban planning department student, they are not as knowledgeable or experienced as a graphic design department student in making a book. So they have a certain way of self-expression and they have a reflection over how things are evolving. So abstraction is learned. A graphic designer friend would help such a person to experience things in a better manner. So typography may be better used in their daily practice. Interdisciplinary cooperation experience can be useful, and categorizing, systematic thinking, coding, these different skills can be developed. This example is an example that reflects that how theoretical content can be reflected on the professional development of a student. Physical, mental, emotional borders, different weaknesses, strengths, capabilities, they are always important, but borders are not hindering us all the time. Restricted conditions lead to creativity for providing better solutions. In addition to the main discipline, students endeavor to find new solutions and to choose new pathways. It leads to an authentic lifestyle creation. And for the art and design students, it encourages an authentic self-expression manner. So evaluation is also important, development of the students, self-expression in a better manner, in a more strengthened manner. These are all important points that we can mention. So the pandemic process, the pandemic era has all pros and cons. Of course, students had to consider many different aspects together. We name them as crises. And yeah, uncertainties, paradoxes, borders, these are natural things in life. But during the pandemic era, this has become more important. We were all subject to some sorts of anxieties, dilemmas. We had some losses. We had anxiety of losing people. And so Of course, selecting relevant examples were important for internal worlds of students. They were able to express themselves, share experience in that manner. Although pedagogic purposes are here rather than therapeutic ones, but still having an environment where they are freely expressing themselves enabled students to feel much better during the course. They frequently express this, and in the end of the term, during the feedbacks. Philosophy and the general methodology of the course has not changed during the pandemic era, but still formats have been subject to some changes. So the group therapy format has been used during the first part of the course. So during the group therapy, a circle shape was used. In the online platform, they were not sitting in a different manner. They were not able, during the online platform, they were not seeing each other at all. And during the theoretical second part, the course was not affected from the online to a large extent. In the third part, they shared things with each other, and then they had to transfer things to the digital setting. Of course, participation of the students during the pandemic era has increased when compared to the pre-pandemic era. Those who participated were donated with a better skill of discipline to give assignments timely. And they got adapted. The success criteria were participation, regular production, and learning. So it's possible to say that these have been successful. We would like to share just a few examples. These examples are from different departments. We are going to be sharing them in a fast manner. Of course, we will be sharing on the individual pieces of art with you. These are students from different departments. During this course, these are the pieces that they have produced. Thank you very much for listening to us. We would like to thank you. This presentation was very interesting. I wish we had more time. I'm really curious about what you've been doing. Thank you very much for this presentation.